So we got another question, and the person says, "Hello, Ascendor, thank you for all your inspiring content. It has opened up a door for me that I did not know existed. Your insights are simple and very inclusive. You're an inspiration, and I thank you very much for these words. I had a question. How can symptoms and the shadow of PTSD integrate with making steps into non-duality? When things are calm, I see it and I feel it. But when all triggers are there, it is very hard to detach myself from seeking safety through thinking about escape. Can I process this PTSD through non-duality alone, or does it need to be processed separately to create a bedrock haven for non-duality? A perspective on this would be very helpful. Thank you and keep up the good work, sending good feelings to all on this channel. Thank you very much." You said here, can I process this PTSD through non-duality? And it sounds like in the way that you're saying it, that non-duality to you is kind of like a practice that you're doing and you're hoping to get a better feeling out of it when you're doing it. And in a way, yes, it is possible, because non-duality is simply when the realization of isness, what is, without an ego being here. And the ego is resistance. So, and what is perpetuating your PTSD is the resistance to it. As you have already said here, it is very hard to detach myself from seeking safety through thinking about escape. So you are, I think you're trying to detach, but then you're escaping into thoughts and you're thinking about how to escape. So non-duality in itself is not really a practice that you can do, but I would like to give you a practice that I'm also doing sometimes, and it helped me a lot when I had these symptoms. You know, negativity, always just being remembered of something that happened in the past, and it was very dramatic, and I'm re-experiencing it as if it's happening right now. And I would like to give you a little practice that you can do. And the healing is not really just in the practice, but in the understanding of the practice, why you should do it. So the practice is this. First, you can take a few long inhale breaths. You exhale 1, 2, 3 times, and then you're just focusing on the breath, just so that you're no longer being controlled by the activity of the mind. So you have a sense of stability, you are focusing on the breath, and the mind does not have a lot of power over you when you're doing this for 5 minutes or so. And what you're doing then is you are becoming aware of yourself as this form individual. So, and the reason why you're doing this is, we can say that you are becoming aware of your vibration, so to speak, which means you're feeling your body, all the tensions in your body, you're feeling your emotions. Maybe if you are very sensitive, you can even feel your aura around you. What is this aura filled with? Is it filled with fear, anger, shame, guilt? You're feeling your being. You're feeling your vibration, basically. And it's much better to feel your vibration when you're not being controlled by the mind, because the mind is kind of like distorting your vibration. It is like resisting what actually is. So when there is a feeling of shame, that is a fact, but the mind is trying to suppress it. So, and when you are becoming aware of these negative emotions, you simply say, thank you, you're allowed to be here. That's all you gotta do. So that is the beginning of self-love. That is the beginning of healing. So you're not trying to find a method to get rid of PTSD, but what you're actually doing is you're consciously telling it that it is allowed to be here. You're showing gratitude. It is just a part of you that wants to show you that, wait a minute, something is not right. And you're saying, okay, thank you for reminding me. I will stay with you. And then what happens is you're not getting rid of this feeling. You're embracing it until the feeling is transformed into something that is more pleasant. So, and all that happens is there is no resistance to it. So there's no ego. There's no trying to control anything. There's just gratitude, acceptance, an inner state of it is okay. And automatically that is automatically a state of non-duality. Because there's no one trying to avoid it. There's no one trying to avoid the isness of things. So when you are accepting negativity, what happens is automatically it can transform because it feels accepted. You're no longer trying to do anything against it, trying to get rid of it. You're no longer doing that. You are seeing, wait a minute, negativity is here, okay, it's part of what is. And again, there's this obvious seeing that whatever is part of the same isness of the universe, which is non-duality. So, and this body is also being cleansed simply by the warm embrace of your gratitude, your inner willingness to stay with it and say, I'm going to stay here. And whenever the mind comes up, simply use your breath to come back. So what you're doing is you take a deep breath, and then you're focusing on the breath. And whenever the mind is trying to get your attention, you simply wake up to the fact that your mind is trying to get your attention, or you're caught up in thinking again, and then come back to your breath. And when you're doing this, the mind does not have a lot of power over you anymore, then you can simply become aware of all the sensations of your vibration, of your aura, of your whatever. It doesn't matter how you call it, but just become aware of the very sensation that tells you that you're not feeling good. There is something in you that makes you feel you're not feeling good. Become aware of that. And it does not matter how you call it, if you call it aura, if you call it vibration, if you call it your being, whatever. It's just this thing in you that tells you that you feel low. Become aware of that without allowing the mind to distort this thing. And then what happens automatically if you're conditioned is, okay, now I feel it. What should I do with it? So there's like this attempt, like what's the method now? What should I do to get rid of it, to change it? Instead of doing this, you're simply saying, I see you. You're welcome. Thank you. You are allowed to be here. You can even feel your lungs. Sometimes people are like tense and it's like hard to breathe, and it's like you know, even to that, say it's okay. Thank you. You're allowed to be here. It's like self-acceptance. Something is able to accept the unacceptable. Something in you is able to accept the things that the ego could never accept. So you're doing this. Whenever you have a PTSD attack, become aware of what PTSD actually is in your felt experience. Do not think about PTSD. Become aware of it, experience it, feel it. And say, thank you, you are allowed to be here. I'm not trying to change you. Let's just be together. Because you're not separate from the PTSD, you're not separate from it. So the one that's trying to improve the PTSD, to make a change, is itself the victim of it. So it cannot be changed. I think Alan Watts said it like this: you cannot improve your ego with your ego, because the ego is the very thing that is in need of improvement. So I hope you understand this. So you can only find change in acceptance of yourself. So in this PTSD, this negative emotion, this negative vibration, the thing that is holding you down is you. So if you are low vibration, you cannot change low vibration from this point of view, you know. So you can only change yourself with love and acceptance, and by, you know, almost doing it like a ritual every day. I like to do this. Just be with yourself and feel yourself Simply say, all the things that are unpleasant right now, all these things are welcome. No need to change it. So there's like a felt, warm embrace. So there's no ego anymore that is trying to change what is. And automatically there is the possibility of having a non-dual realization. But non-duality is really also just accepting the negativity. So I hope that this was helpful. All that your negativity is just your body trying to tell you that, wait a minute, I want to be felt. I want to be accepted so that I can transform into what I originally am. So that's all that you have to do.